Happy Monday, everybody. Donnie Baker here with you, LPR. So I got to start one more time because I forgot where the button was. Happy Monday, everybody. Donnie Baker here with you, LPR Sound Foundation. We are here in the middle of our studio tour month, man. This is exciting. Last week we were in Studio B. The week before that we were in this room. This week, today, we are in Studio A, which there's a lot more equipment in there to talk about and to show you. So if you guys are ready to go, let's head over to Studio A and see what's going on. We come in the room, we walk in, first thing we have is we walk through our tape room. This is a MCI 24-track 2-inch machine, which is operational. And sometimes it's got its own personality, and it sometimes works, sometimes it's kind of finicky. Or whatever. This is an Otari MTR-12. It's a half-inch mastering machine, and we actually use this one quite a lot. We send a lot of mixes to this through our analog console, which we'll get to in a second. Let me take you into the live room. Excuse the mess. We are in the middle of we're between sessions right now. Today we're between sessions, but this is so I left a lot of the stands up and things like that. So. Whatever. This is our live room. We have 20 inputs from this room. This is we have a Hammond organ. We have plenty of guitar cabinets, various styles and sizes and manufacturers. We have a piano, a short spinet Wurlitzer piano. There's a lot of vibe in this room, and there's a lot of wood. So the wood actually does a lot of stuff with especially wood instruments. Violins, any stringed instrument, really. Drums sound amazing in this room. I don't know what happened with this corner back here, but drums just sound crazy back there. So we actually do a lot of drums in this room. This is our storage / ISO booth. We got a lot of our stands and cables and everything in here. This is also where we keep all our drums. We have 3 drum kits in this room. There's a vintage Premier from the 80s. There's a Ludwig from the 90s, and I'm not really sure when the Mapex is from, but there's a Mapex Maple. With it's actually a 20-inch kick, but it sounds pretty big when you do that. Ton of snares. A ton of snares to choose from. There's some vintage stuff, some old stuff, some new stuff. Just we get a lot of requests for the snares. But this room actually doubles as an ISO room as well. There's 4 inputs from this room, and through that glass right there's a vocal booth, which we'll look at in a second. But let's head back into the control room, and let's start with the center part. Of course, is the Audient ASP 4816. This is a fully analog console. It's got 16 mic pre's built in. It's an inline console, which we actually have some videos out there that are that actually talk about what it is and how it works and things like that. So if you guys want to investigate that, just do a little search, or I'll try to put a link in the description. So on the other side over here, this is our preamp rack. In here we have various 500 rack stuff. Got some Neves, 1073s, the LBs with the EQs. Some API 512Cs. This is a Chandler Limited 500 series, the Germ 500. It is the MK1. It's the Mark 1, so it's the special one. Purple Biz, which is kind of like an API, kind of vibey like an API. La Chapelle Audio, which is a boutique brand. It is a tube pre. Next we have the Digital MPA2 by ART. Now, don't let this one fool you. It has been modified more than once. There's basically different tubes in there. Above that, we have our Neve 1081 Classics. Now, these are from 1972. They are originals from 1972. Of course, we have a Avalon VT 737 SP. This is the Audient ASP 800. It's got like you can send something else into the gain. You can send a second and a third harmonic back into the gain structure with that. It's pretty neat. I like it for toms. It's pretty cool for toms. The speakers in some of the speakers in here. This is the Yamaha HS8 This is the MK1, the Mark 1s. And you can tell because they get the little black tabs on the actual speaker there. The HS80s are, I don't know why they took the black tabs off. I mean, that's so typical. You know, there's the Yamaha NS10 and you see the black tabs on the speaker, and that's what makes Yamaha for me. So this is the vocal booth. We look in here, let me turn the light on in here for you. Now this kind of doubles as storage. We've got some keyboards in here and some other stuff and some chairs. The microphone we keep in here, this is an Aventone BV1, Aventone's big tube mic. We do leave that up in here. We leave it turned on so it stays nice and warm. But this vocal booth actually it's pretty dead. I'm not a big fan of this vocal booth. The sight lines you can see through. You can actually see through to the drum room, which is also doubles as an ISO room. But the sight lines are really good. You can see the engineer, you see the producer, you see everything, and everything you need to see is right there. So awesome with that. We do have some racks in the back. There is a Motif ES8 by Yamaha. This is an Yamaha RX-17 drum machine. If you're looking for that 80s drum sound, man, that's where it came from right there. There is some stuff in the rack back here, which we don't really use We don't really use this much. The PCM41 I do take out of the rack and plug it in sometimes. I've got some extra amps. These are spare amps back here. But other than that, it's just pretty much storage. Guitar amps, you know what? We're gonna talk about guitar amps and stuff in the next week when we talk about instruments and microphones. So plenty of that. Oh, these Auratone speakers here, little brown ones. Those I believe are from 1969 or 1970, according to the serial numbers. Now, those are original. And what else we got? Oh, on this side we have the conversion is Apollo X16s. Got 2 of those, and we also have an Apollo X8P that gives us 8 more preamps there. Patch bays are all TT in this room. They're pretty well labeled. We try to keep up with the labeling on them. This is the Solid State Logic SSL Bus Plus. It is the SSL bus compressor, but it's got some extra features on it, which the typical bus compressor does not. Now the console, the Audient console actually has a SSL style bus compressor built in, which is pretty neat, but it's not this one. This is actual SSL, Solid State Logic. So this is what we call our compressor rack. Over here, we have the TubeTech CL1B, which is pretty standard for any vocal performance or any vocal recording we're gonna do. We kind of go to that one. We have a Universal Audio 21176, which is basically a stereo version or 2 version of the 1176. Of course, there's a EBX 166. Everybody should have one of those. Those are pretty plentiful and not very expensive. These are Uri LA4s compressors. It's the predecessor to the LA2, and these have just been they got redone. I think last year they got recapped and fixed and checked and everything. This is a Charisma dual channel tube processor. Pretty neat for adding grit to. I use it a lot on drum buses just to add some grit, some stuff. It works really well with the Bus Plus, and that works really well together. We have a Yamaha SPX90. Now this is the SPX90 number 1, not the number 2 like we have in Studio B, but great sounds for reverbs in there for my snares. We have a Lexicon MPX 550, which is I use this mostly for delay echo, as you can see what's on the screen right there. So our headphone system is distributed via the Aviom, and makes life really convenient for the artists. And then down here in the bottom, we have this EH50 stereo enhancer. For you guys that follow Dave Pensato, you know what I'm talking about. That's what that is. So the computer in this room is the M1 Plus, I think, Max Studio. Really well done. And the speakers in the soffit are basically basically homemade, I guess you can call them that. We kind of built these ourselves, and they're a three-way crossover. The two speakers on the bottom there are the subs. The two speakers in the middle are two different mid-range, and then of course we got horns. So they sound pretty good. I personally don't like to listen to them. It's kind of hard to, I shouldn't say that maybe, but I kind of don't like them. But we do have clients that do enjoy mixing on those because they like to mix loud. I don't like to mix loud at all. That's my thing. The subs in this room are the KRK 10-inch, if you can see down below there. We got two of those in here. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns about any piece of gear that I've talked about today at all, just hit me up. Leave a comment below, or you can shoot an email. A lot of people come into the room and they'll ask me, hey, what's this thing? That is the remote control for the 2-inch tape machine. That's what that is. But we don't use the 2-inch as much as we don't really use the 2-inch as much as we do the 1/2-inch. But we have been known to use the 2-inch now and again. Drums, man, you just can't get that punch inside the computer, people. That's what I'm saying. Hopefully I've answered any questions you may have had. But this is our Studio A here at ES Audio Recording Studios in Los Angeles, California. Hey, welcome back, man. That was awesome. Studio A is actually a great tracking room. I really enjoy working in there. There's so much to do. Man, when there's a full band in there, it's just a lot of fun. There's a lot going on. There's tons of, like you saw, man, there's tons of gear, tons of outboard. Actually, the console, the preamps on the console don't sound bad, man. They remind me a lot of the Neves. So, but it routes kind of like an SSL. If you guys are familiar with these consoles, it kind of routes like an SSL, but it feels like a Neve. It's weird, man, but it just feels good. We've had that console in here for probably 10 years now. So it's kind of, it's a really cool, it's a lot of fun to work on, man. Working on analog is just a lot of fun. As you saw, we got those tape machines, bro. Those are crazy. So let me remind you, man, if there's any one piece of gear or something in there that you want to know more about, or you want to see more about, just shoot me an email or leave a comment down below. You can email me at info@learnprorecording.com. I'll get it. We'll talk about it. Maybe we'll make a video on a piece of gear or something that you really want to see. So let me know. So I do want to give you the gear list. This is the list of the entire gear, plus all my microphones and instruments. You can download that here at learnprorecording.com/gear list. It's free. It's just something to check out. There are links in there where you can go look and see more information about some stuff, but we tried to put it all together for you to see in case there's something you want to know more about. Click, there you go. So don't forget about also our $150,000 studio build challenge, man. This is a lot of fun. This actually comes from one of our courses. It comes from the Introduction to Audio Engineering course, which is a pretty awesome course, by the way. If you get in there and you want to check that out, please do. But what I do basically is I give you $150,000 to build a recording studio, and you have to get in there and build it. So you got to go look at prices, and this is the challenging part, and the important part is that you get to see how much the stuff that you want actually costs. So I know you're sitting there going, oh, $150,000 man, I'm gonna have a great studio. I'm gonna buy a bunch of stuff. Just relax there, man. Hold them horses, because once you start seeing how much this stuff costs, man, it goes quick. That $150,000 goes quick, trust. So enjoy that. That would be what was it? It was learnprorecording.com/studio build. Go grab that. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Like I said, it actually comes from one of our courses. So enjoy that. So next week, I'm gonna share all my microphones and instruments with you. I don't think I've ever had all the microphones in one place at one time, but we're gonna do that for you. We're gonna share that with you. So of course, we're gonna have to take some pictures to put on the website for that one. So speaking of the website, I don't know if you guys have seen the new studio website, but if you wanna go to esaudio.com, I'll put a link to it down in the description because I don't have a button for it. But esaudio.com, check out the new website. Let me know what you think, man. Oh, this has been crazy. We had the same website for literally 10 years plus.
It was the same website. You know, we'd add to it and we'd move some stuff around, but it wasn't like entirely rebuilt. So we entirely reformatted and rebuilt the entire website. I like it. It's a lot. I feel like it's a lot cleaner, a lot quicker. Let me know what you think. It's esaudio.com. And we will see you guys next week when we talk about our microphones and instruments. We'll see you then. Donnie B, I'm out of here. Have a great week. Peace.